Hello, everyone. We're back once again. Matt and Austin are with me, back for Crash Twinsanity after I handled the last part by myself.
Woo!
It's been a while, over a year, as I said in part 8.
Oh my god.
We're not even half a minute in, and Max is already skipping out.
And he's dead.
Yeah. But if it's a death that's right there, I just leave it in. But if it's like far away from where I was, I'll edit to the successful part.
Oh, good. So we don't have to sit through your embarrassing failures. Smart move.
Yeah.
Oh god, I forgot how.
Because the sludge section in this level gave me a lot of trouble. But you're not seeing that because this is the edited down version.
And speaking of sections, we have the obligatory stealth section.
Yep.
Why are you
It's
crouching
just like
behind those?
because you can just stand behind it and you won't see you.
Okay.
It was only at a Totem Hokum where you had to do that.
Okay.
Although I think there's a later section where you have to do that here.
Yes.
Oh man.
But yeah, Classroom Chaos is a pretty fun level. It's got our first solo Cortex section of the game coming up soon.
How many of them? How many of them are there actually?
Poster of Cortex right there, like on the side.
Look at me slide.
Wait, was that slippery floor or just a glitch?
Yes.
That was a glitch.
Oh.
Hey, just clean that hallway.
Yeah, right here I got to crouch,
You got
obviously.
killed by paper airplanes.
Yeah, them paper cuts be bad, you know.
As far as we know, the paper's laced with poison.
Yes, because I too go to school with poison-laced papers. You know.
It's an
Oh,
evil
here's that
private
lab
school.
report you wanted, Professor. Careful, it's laced with poison. Oh, Austin, you kidder.
It's an evil private school. I don't think I wouldn't put it
You've been
past
to private
them.
school. You've been to an evil private school, basically. So you know, it costs too much to produce that much poison. It's very
Yeah, I was gonna
inefficient.
say evil is subjective.
Yes. Come on, we're evil here,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean we're like idiots.
Yeah, it's just that most of us
Nah,
are. Yeah, it's just
Cortex can come off as an idiot, but you know,
Yeah.
it's like, you know.
I'm an evil side.
Obviously.
What'd you expect?
Oh, and I was actually the type to accidentally kill my good self.
Wait, you have two sides of yourself? Ugh. What are you?
Are you
An
referencing a
anime
deleted
protagonist?
scene?
Yes, I am.
Because there's a deleted scene in
Yeah,
this
I
game
am
where
referencing
Cortex
that.
does just that.
I am referencing it. There was also going to be an evil Coco.
Oh, I
Yep.
thought he was just being edgy, Mr. Edgelord.
Shut up!
I can edit the hot and bitter clip right here if you really want, but
Do I
that's
even?
neither here nor there.
I
Do
saw
I
that
even
you're like
want
2
to
feet
know?
away from him, and he still doesn't see you. Get your glasses checked, Poindexter! See, this is a very
Well,
Yeah, so
inefficient way of storing your books.
So this is where they get all the poison for the paper airplanes from.
Yeah, no, because that would
Quite.
eat through the paper. Hence why the library is literally flooding.
Ugh, reminds me of that one section in I think it was. Yeah, there's
Every
this one.
platformer, every.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's oh, I'm sorry, but like every platformer has a section like this where you're going up a sort of spiral rotation.
We get it.
rotation.
we get it. It's a
of
cliche
pillar.
in platforming.
So
It's
fun
either
fact,
lava
this was
or-
actually this was the very first section of this game I ever saw. I remember seeing it at like a daycare when I was younger. Didn't think too much of it, and I didn't even remember the music, but
Weirdest first
It's-
impression ever.
I got the game because
Yeah.
it was a Crash game and it looked.
You played
really
the original
funny
trilogy.
on the cover, so I bought it.
Yeah.
I had just heard really good things about it, so I picked it
Eh.
up for cheap back in July of 2015, and it was one of the best decisions I could have made.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I've been playing that game for like decades and it was great. So many memories.
Wait, what year did you say again?
Me? 2015.
Oh. Okay. Try to remember. Give
what
me a
you were
moment.
playing in 2015? Well, let me guess. It was something Nintendo.
Yeah, and then I tried solo LPing it, and it only lasted 3 parts of commentary, even though I had the whole game recorded.
Let's see.
Those videos are still up. They're
Yep.
in. Oh,
Yep.
I
20.
think they're private uploads. Actually, they're in like blurry 480p.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
gosh.
2015. I also made a great gaming decision that year.
Oh god, he looked it up.
I got Xenoblade
What
Chronicles.
gaming decision did you make?
I got Xenoblade Chronicles 3D.
Of course. Can't go one part without him mentioning one of those games.
Yeah.
Geez, it's almost like he doesn't play anything else. Oh wait, he doesn't.
I've been really feeling it for 2 years. I mean 3.
You should have a doctor get that checked out because it's not supposed to last
Yeah.
that long.
That sounds like a disease. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to float.
Oh god.
This is a dumb death right here.
So,
Yeah.
speaking of games and stuff, you know, terrible segue, but tried out the Soul Calibur 6 beta stress
Your
test.
thoughts?
I played one online match because it's only online, so I was like,
Yeah.
well, I'm glad I played Soul Calibur 4, otherwise I'd be screwed. It's actually quite balanced, from what I've seen. I was able to win, but that's probably due to my knowledge of Soul Calibur 4, so... But I was going up against somebody who also didn't seem to have played any of this, so it seemed pretty balanced for newcomers. I don't know about veterans, how they think of it. I only played as Mitsurugi, because I actually know how to play as him in Soul Calibur 4, so I didn't test out Geralt or any of the other characters, but it looks fun.
I always thought you would be a Yoshimitsu player.
Yeah, see, again, I'm more of a... Oh, what is his name? I either did a custom character, but really, I mean, the only time I played Soul Calibur was Soul Calibur 4 because I could play as Darth Vader and his apprentice, and that was, like, the pinnacle of, like, ever fighting games. Like, as soon as you can play Star Wars characters in a fighting game, the game is amazing. Star Wars Episode 3 is an alright game, but then they added dual mode, boom, best game of all time. Just saying.
I've still only played a little bit of 2. We need to play that when we meet up again.
Dude, yes. Be so
Yeah,
fun.
there are like a ton of fighting games we have to play.
Okay, but see, the goal of playing fighting games is different ones. So,
Yeah.
Matt, not to say you don't have any different fighting games, it's just your pool of selection is very less than ours.
Wait, could you say
It'd be
that
like-
again? You're skipping out.
It'd be like if you were like, oh, hey, let's play some fighting games. Oh, what do you want to play? I want to play Mortal Kombat and Injustice. They're totally different games. I'm like, but they're made by the same people and made in the same engine and relatively made in the same time and function basically
Wait.
the same. But they're totally different games. That's kind
Okay,
of how
back
I
to-
feel about your experiences with fighting games. You know, not
Like,
to say
literally the
that-
only fighting games I own are Smash, like Smash 4, both versions. There's a few Neo Geo games off the Switch eShop.
Which-
And Super Street Fighter 4,
Got, like, King of
Super
Fighters,
Street Fighter 4
right?
3D Edition, and the all-important DBFZ and BB Tag.
Great. Much
Are we
variety.
just all gonna rattle off our
Yeah, go
fighting
ahead.
game library?
Go ahead. Just, I mean, we
So
gotta
back to
fill
Soul
the time
Calibur 6.
with
How was
something.
the
Might as well talk
Yeah,
about our
'cause-
fighting games instead of, letting Matt go on
Yeah,
a 20-minute
'cause
rant. On
right here,
Xenoblade.
essentially, it's just slower paced. Cortex doesn't have a double jump. You're just shooting a lot of stuff.
Pew, 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 pew. Pew. What is
It
that?
can get pretty stressful,
Game-
especially in like the chase sections.
Game mechanic diversity? That's unheard of.
Wait, where did
Yeah.
wait? Yeah, Austin, how was the connection during the Soul Calibur 6 beta?
There's no lag, but that's because, I'm playing on PS4, and it was one match. I don't have a large enough data pool to tell you, oh, the connection on every match is perfect. Like, I don't know. Play one match, but I had no problems
from-
with it.
Well, just given same Bandai Namco and how disastrous the connection for the DBFC beta was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
like
it's hard to believe,
Yeah.
but the guys who made DBZ Fighters, the beta for that, aren't the same guys who made Soul Calibur. It's almost like they're almost two independent parties, like working on something under
Yeah,
a major brand.
yeah, I already,
Holy
yeah,
crap.
I already knew that, idiot. Team Red, the guys who made Guilty Gear were responsible for DBFZ, which is obvious given how they both used Unreal Engine, while Team Blue or Project BB Team, as they're also called, the makers of BlazBlue were on BB Tag. But like, really, just BB Tag's beta was great.
It was alright.
It actually had good online.
I thought it was too simplistic, and I could just button mash my way to victory.
It actually had a good connection, and in offline matches, so I could actually look at movesets for God's sake.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at movesets. I didn't spend enough time to know, so.
Yeah, but yeah.
All I know is that I had a block button, and so you couldn't just button mash your way because you could just block things.
Technically there was no block button. It was just holding backwards.
Yeah, except it didn't really work that way, because if you were holding backwards, you want to move backwards, and that kind of confusion with the control schemes kind of screws things up sometimes.
Yeah, also
than having just a dedicated block button. Same thing like Mortal Kombat games where you have to hold back and then press, some different button combinations to do like stage transitions and stuff, which makes no sense because you're like, wait, I have to hold back to push to attack my opponent forward to crash them through a building instead of holding forward and crashing them through that building. It's just sometimes not as intuitive. Not to say it's not, you can't wrap your head around it, it's just, different systems.
Yeah.
Personally, I just like block buttons.
I'm still on about earlier how we were going to talk about our fighting game libraries.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I've got Smash 64 on Virtual Console, Melee, Brawl, Soul Calibur 2, BlazBlue Continuum Shift, Sonic the Fighters on on Sonic Gems Collection kind of counts.
Yeah, I guess.
The BB Tag demo still. And
yeah, like
I used to own Sonic Battle. I don't own it anymore though. And that's the end of the part. Sorry, we can begin the next part, and Austin can tell us the rest of his fighting game library. We'll see you guys for part 10.
See ya.